What's wrong there?
I can't get that. Oh, shit. Ready?
Wait, you can edit this.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut this shit
done.
out.
Alright, done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
G'day and welcome to another episode of Down Under Sports, where we talk all things sports related, just down under. I'm your host, Christopher Spreezy, and I'm joined by my special guest today, Mr. Harry Manaras.
Thank you, Chris, for having me on yet again, and Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to our audience as we do this recording during the heart of the festive season.
Yeah. Did you have a good Christmas?
I did. Spent it with family, and how about yourself, Chris?
It's my name day, so family just came over.
Yes.
Lamb on the spit, and it was a very fun day.
Yeah, it would have been. Definitely would have been. I'm sure a food coma as well.
That's no question about that.
Absolutely.
Should we get into the 2020
Let's get into
preview season?
Yes, 100%. Let's get into it, Chris, because there is a lot to discuss, and the beauty of it is we're only days away from the start of the 2020 ATP season, and we're most definitely looking forward to it.
Yep.
And January, we just said before, it's definitely our season
Yep.
because we're going to be attending most of the tennis tournaments. So we're going to be off to Brisbane very shortly in 5 days' time. We'll be going to Melbourne Airport, straight to Brisbane, and won't returning for another 10 days. A week off where we're going to be watching the Oz Open qualifiers.
Yep.
Myself, you and I will more than likely be travelling up to Bendigo to the Challenger there as well. And then, of course, 2 weeks of madness at Melbourne Park.
The big one.
We're like little kids in a candy
Oh,
store
mate.
once those gates open on
We
January
are
20.
sick, I'm telling you that. We are die-hard fans, and like you said, favourite time of the year.
Absolutely.
We live for this moment, and
We're very lucky to live in a city with a Grand Slam in its backyard.
it's true. That is very true.
I'll never take that for granted, Chris.
No, but after January, what do we have?
Nothing. We have to fly to New York. We have to go everywhere.
Yeah, let's get into it, shall we?
Of course.
Go
So,
finish off what
I
you're
was
saying.
just going to say, and then the credit card cops
Oh,
damage on airfares,
mate.
accommodation,
Oh.
Paris, Wimbledon, New York, take your pick. But look, let's get into it. So obviously this is a 2020 preview show, so we want to get your predictions on it. I want my audience to obviously listen to my views and opinions of what we believe is going to unravel in 2020.
Yep.
And Chris, I want to start here. I know in the media, the players, coaches, whoever has the smallest interest in tennis, I think what's been used a little bit lightly of late, especially I've probably reckon from 2016, 2017, 2018, what's been used very, very lightly, and where I think the greats of the game, including obviously Nadal, Djokovic, Federer, no respect's been paid to them. I think in those 3 years where everyone has sort of been using the words, the changing of the guard, or this is the most open sort of Grand Slam that we're going to see. Yes, we saw Zverev rise in 2016. 2017 we saw, in 2018 Chung, who's been out with injuries of late. We've had some young up and comers. We've seen Daniil Medvedev, Dominic Thiem, Stefanos Tsitsipas as well. Yeah. But it's fair to say I've always been reserved on using that terminology. I definitely have not been under the impression that it has been the most open sort of era for a Grand Slam, but I'm confident now 2020, although it's not going to happen till late, it is definitely going to be the most open for Grand Slams of a calendar year that we've seen. And I think maybe we'll see later in my predictions, I've got a new winner, a new Grand Slam champion for the last Grand Slam of the year.
Well, Harry, here's the thing. The Australian Open has been known to, produce breakout stars. If you look back at 06, we had Baghdadis. 08, we had Tonga making the final.
And I'll take it back a step. 07, Fernando Gonzalez from Chile made the final.
Yes, correct. 06, 07, 08, we had Tonga, we've had...
Cole Edmund made a semi.
Yes.
We had Chung make a semi. There's always been some
really
good...
We had Stefanos step up, made the semis
as well. There's been some really good success stories here in Melbourne Park, and it's been the surprise slam in a way where somebody's just made a name for themselves overnight in the 2 weeks.
So, look, we'll see what happens, but who is your 2020 Australian Open champion?
Okay, so we're going to preview four Grand Slams.
And then I'll give you my Australian Open champion.
Okay, so
we haven't discussed this. This is just...
Yes.
We wrote it down 10 minutes ago. I haven't even seen who yours are.
And vice versa. Yeah, of course. So we're going to go Oz, French, one by one. Okay. And then we'll do London, and obviously we'll discuss Masters and other bits and pieces as well. So, okay, so my Australian Open champion, it's hard to go past Novak Djokovic. I'm a fan favourite of his. I love him. So too is Melbourne. He's the king of Melbourne. I think he's pocketed 6 or 7, crowns here.
It's been his city, hasn't it? It's been his Grand Slam.
Melbourne has been Novak dominated since 08. I think since 08 he's only lost 2 or 3 times here in between. So I don't know. I just think he loves his place. Melbourne. There's something about it to him. I think definitely here in Wimbledon are his 2 favourite slams, and where the world sees Novak plays his best tennis.
What about his injury concerns? He hasn't been the fittest over the past year.
He hasn't, but I think the time off the pre-season has given him time to reflect, take a short break. I think he's mentored his program sort of. As in, he's not going to go 100 miles an hour every single day because he's coming now to the twilight of his career.
Yes. He's not playing every week.
It's been a more, sorry, I didn't mean to say mentored. It's been a more monitored program, if that makes sense. So I don't think he's going to have any issues whatsoever fitness-wise. I saw him on social media the other day having a little chuckle with none other than Cristiano Ronaldo.
Another great one.
He had a header, and reached the heights of what Cristiano got with that famous goal that he scored for Juventus. But look, I think he's healthy. I think Novak likes to have a bit of fun and mix it up. I think he's going to convincingly win the Australian Open championship. Convincingly. I don't think he's going to drop a set until probably the quarters or the semis.
Wow.
Yeah.
So he's going to dominate.
I think he's going to dominate and boss the earlier rounds. He'll get some free tickets into the next earlier rounds, and then I think come quarters, semis, then he's going to face the likes of a Federer and he can't face Nadal until the final. Dominic Thiem at Tsitsipas, Zverev, where it's going to be a little bit more difficult, but he should progress convincingly.
Yeah,
yes.
I mean, you can't, he's a favourite, isn't he? I mean, every Australian Open for the past 10 or so years, he's been the man to beat, and you can't fault that pick. For me, I've got no biases here. I've got Stefanos Tsitsipas winning the Australian Open.
You said it even after London. You said it, so you stuck to your guns. I'm glad that you did. So Stefanos is going to cause havoc here in Melbourne.
We saw what happened in London.
Yes.
Great tournament there. He made the biggest tournament win of his life.
Hands down.
He made the semis last year, which is still this year.
Yes.
In 2019. I think he's ready to take the next step.
Yes.
And I think Melbourne will be his first Grand Slam.
Well, I hope you are right.
Yep.
And like I said, obviously I want Stefanos to achieve every bit of success, but if he's not to win it, then I definitely hope Novak wins it because I've got a real soft spot for Novak as well. And my selection wasn't on any biasness as well, just because Novak's my second favourite player. The stats speak for themselves, so I really hope Stefanos can, the name gets engraved into the trophy, so that'd be something special for us.
Yeah, that's my pick, and I hope it happens, and I think it will happen.
Beautiful.
Let's go to Paris. Roland Garros.
S'il vous plaît. Yes, all right.
Who is your Roland Garros 2020 champion?
Well, I think this is the easiest of the easiest selections.
Okay.
This is not going to be where no new player engraves their name on the trophy. It's going to be Rafael Nadal's 13th French Open.
Wow.
No ifs, buts, or maybes.
Can you believe that? Can you believe a single player winning the same Grand Slam 13 times?
Well,
that's something we'll never see again.
Chris, I mean, 13 Grand Slams, let alone one individual Grand Slam 13 times over. I mean, if you're a professional tennis player, if you can get to 13 first rounds or 13 first round of qualifiers, you've done half well for yourself in your professional career. The fact that this guy's won the French Open 13 times, spanning back to 2004, 12 times he's won it, spanning back to 2005, I've no doubt in my mind 2020 is going to be engraved. It's going to be engraved Nadal in the French Open. But I'm going to make a pretty bold statement here. I think it's going to 13 and out for Rafa. I think this is going to be his last French Open title. Okay. Yes.
For me,
who have you got, Chris?
I've got the man who is beaten by Rafa in the past 2 finals, Dominic Thiem.
Yeah.
I think it's the year of the newcomers.
Yes.
I think Dominic Thiem's going to make that next step. He's been not really close. He's taken a set in the final, but I think he's going to go all the way in 2020, and he's going to be the 2020 French Open champion.
That's an interesting and a bold prediction as well.
I think he's ready to make that next step.
You know what, Chris, after what I saw unfold and eventuate in London, I think that was a sneak peek as to maybe what can unfold in 2020 as well. Obviously, the players are playing better tennis in certain weeks of the year, and it's surface dependent and all that. But hands down, I genuinely believe that if Rafael Nadal does not win the French, he might pull out due to injury.
Yes,
He's done it
we
before.
don't know.
If he's fit and healthy, obviously yes, I'll take Rafa. But for whatever reason, if he's not there playing because of injury, he's taken a break, surgery, whatever it might be, hands down, I've got Dominic Thiem taking it as well. He's my second in line. Next cab off the rank. I can't see Novak winning another French. I can't see Wawrinka winning another French. I can't see Roger winning it.
Yeah.
To be fair, if anybody that I'd have maybe third in line and maybe challenging Thiem, and I can see him definitely making a semi-final, I'd have Stefanos there. It's his preferred surface.
2021, you said.
I said 2021 is going to be his Roland Garros and Grand Slam breakthrough.
Yeah, I think Dominic's been knocking on the door for quite some time now.
100%. Or two finals. I mean, he's been very consistent on that surface.
And I think he's going to take the next step. Will it happen?
Fingers crossed.
See, but
I like change. I like seeing some new, players win Grand Slams, and it hasn't happened for quite some time.
It's going to be tough.
Yeah.
It's going to be to beat Rafa in the best of 5 match on clay.
Yep.
Doesn't happen every day, mate.
Never.
Does not happen every day. But we'll see what happens. But I think Thiem's got a good chance to win the French.
Yep.
Let's move to Wimbledon.
Wimbledon.
The greatest and oldest tournament in the world.
Yes.
Most prestigious.
Yes.
Who
it's
is
like the
your...
World Cup of tennis. I'm not going to go past Novak there again.
Okay.
And I think he's going to be eating some more grass as well after. So I think Roger's going to definitely push him. He's next cab in line.
Will that ever get stopped talking about? Roger having the 2 match points.
Never.
It's not going to let him go.
Yeah. No,
it's going to stay with him until he retires. Yeah.
I think Roger will have a very good grass court season. I mean, it's his favourite surface.
Well, he's got Harley. And then,
I wish, he's always going to win Harley. But he's won it, God knows, I think 10 times or something.
Something like that.
So, and then he'll have the week off, go into Wimbledon fresh and really, really push as best as he can. And, God forbid he wins it, but if he wins it, I think he's going to call stumps on his career. That's the best way for him to go. If he does, which I don't think he will, I think he's going to end up either losing in the final to Novak Djokovic, or he'll get knocked out in the semis if Novak's on that same side of the draw.
If he does win, Wimbledon, which is an outside shot, I don't think he will retire. Having signed that 10-year Uniqlo deal worth $300 million, I think they want him to play on.
Yes.
They want to sell the clothes, his match wear, and I think he's got the goal for the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. So I don't think he will retire.
2020 Olympic Games as well. You could.
It is a good way to call time on your career.
When you're Roger Federer, the greatest of all time, then you get 21 Grand Slams. You're slightly further ahead of Nadal and Djokovic.
That's true.
A champion should go out in honour and integrity, and I don't want to see Roger Federer ever be that player that just retires because he gets the world number 100 and just is forced to retire. I think he should retire in peace and on a big stage.
Like Sampras did. He won the U.S. Open.
Correct.
They call it a day.
Well, you know what? Maybe he might win Wimbledon if he does, and then plays out the Olympic Games, and then retire in your backyard in Basel, maybe. The 500 at the end of the year.
Definitely. Bringing it back to Wimbledon, I think Novak will win Wimbledon.
Yes.
I think it's the only slam he's going to win in 2020, but look, I just can't see anyone beating him. Roger was close, in 2019, but I think Novak is a shoo-in for Wimbledon.
Yeah, definitely shoo-in on my end as well. And the US Open.
Well,
we've got the same prediction.
We do. We do.
Yeah.
We do for Wimbledon and for
Yeah. Okay. So for Wimbledon and the US, we've got the same predictions.
It was close in 2019.
We're going the runner-up, Daniil Medvedev.
Yes.
Tell me why, Chris.
Tell you why.
Yes.
Well, it was close this year, wasn't it?
7-5 in the last to Rafa in the fifth set.
And I think he's got that. He loves that New York style. The rowdy crowds and people, giving him a hard time and the late nights and that. I think he G's up for that. I think he plays better under those conditions. Yes. And he's had a great 2019, and I don't see why he can't push on and win a slam in 2020.
No, I totally agree with you. And yes, it's a hard court, and definitely, Novak's very good on hard. Rafa can play on hard. Federer, they all can play on hard. Mm-hmm. It's the most. It's a surface that's played on the most throughout the course of the year. Yeah. But the US Open, he had a great US Open. Now, Daniil's just a very defensive baseliner. He hardly
He
makes
gets
a
everything back.
mistake.
It's a brick wall.
He gets everything back and he forces pressure on you. He doesn't necessarily go for power in every stroke, but he'll go for precision and he'll push you and push you and push you.
That's what Steph
and
said.
forces you into.
He hates playing against him.
Makes you feel uncomfortable on court. Yeah, correct. So I genuinely believe, given the fact that we all know that the US surface, the hard court, it's actually a slower hard court
It is
than
slower.
what is
In the
here
Plexi-Cushion.
at the Plexi-Cushion
Yeah.
here in Melbourne, and you know the 250s and the ATP Cup courts that you're going to be seeing here. So, you know, whether it's Toronto, whether it's Cincinnati, whether it's the US Open or Winston-Salem, if they do decide to play, he's going to have some very, very good success. I can see him going all the way, and I reckon this type of hard court definitely favours Daniil Medvedev, and he'll be the one that I've got that's going to be the first time since 2014 US Open, where Murray and Cilic won the US Open. He beat Nishikori in the final. That we're going to be seeing somebody apart from the name of Wawrinka, who's a multiple Grand Slam winner, Murray, Federer, and Djokovic or Nadal win a Grand Slam.
What about Del Potro in 09?
That was a great tournament. I mean, I'll never forget that final. I woke up for that. He beat Federer in 5. It was 2-1 down at one stage. He came back. He won sets 3 and 5. Sets 4 and 5. Mate, that's one player who I have extreme respect for. He's come back from injuries time in, time again. He's been unranked at times.
If you're a Leicester man, you would have retired, wouldn't you?
Correct, but he's still fighting every single day to come back. And we went to the US Open in 2018. He made the final. He lost to Djokovic in that final, and since that he hasn't been the same again. The wrist has let him down. So
I think the knee is his current issue.
Robert, that's right, because recently Federer and Zverev went to South America and they paid him a visit because he was in the he was going under the knife, so he won't be participating, unfortunately, in the Oz Open. There's no chance of him getting a wild card.
No. Bring it back to Medvedev.
Yes.
This year he won. He made the final of Montreal, won Cincinnati.
Yes.
Made the final of the US Open.
That's phenomenal.
Do you see him having that kind of running into New York?
Yeah,
making a final, winning a Masters.
No, I can even see him pretty much, you know, winning both Masters. Why not? The surface really favours him. I think he lost to Rafael Nadal in Montreal, which is going to be Toronto this year, because one year the men play in Toronto when the women play in Montreal, and then vice versa, they swap it over. So this year it's in Toronto. Now, he made the final. He won in Cincinnati, which is the first 1,000.
Made the final Montreal. Won Cincinnati.
Now, you got to remember, Daniil was not a high seed for Cincinnati. So he's played 6 games of tennis to win that in Cincinnati. He's then gone into Montreal because the draw gets done on a Friday with not an updated
So Montreal was first?
Montreal is first, rather, you're right. And then it's Cincinnati.
The next day.
Then it's Winston-Salem and then Grand Slam, you're right, sorry. So, he made the final of Montreal, yes, last year. So he's played 6 matches. He got told by Rafael Nadal.
I think love in 3 or 3 in love.
Yeah, which I think a little bit of fatigue. Maybe the first time making a Masters 1000 series.
A bit of nerves,
exactly right. And then he plays another 6 games in succession to win Cincinnati. That just goes to show how fit this guy is. And with age, you get better. It's not like he's 30, 33, 34, 35. He's 23, turning 24. I think he's really just shy of his peak. When he's 25, 26, the age that TM is now, that's when he's going to hit full strap. So I can see him going WW and then definitely W and Flushing Meadows.
So one thing that we both agree on is there's going to be a brand new Grand Slam champion in 2020.
Yes.
Something that the game needs?
100%. 100%. And this is no disrespect to Novak, Rafa or Roger in any way, shape or form, but you know, when you've been seeing them win slams from
the past decade.
Well, Roger's first Grand Slam, 2003, he beat Philippoussis in the final. I watched that. I was a young kid back then, 2003. That's 13, 14 years ago now.
Yeah. 16.
Sorry, what am I saying?
16 and a half years
16 and a half years ago. Yes, so how time flies. Sorry, I failed mathematics in high school. So, anyway, but yeah, like 03. Then Rafa won 05 French. Then you had Novak coming in 08 winning the Oz. That was his first.
We had that Del Potro in between, who 109.
Yeah.
And then no one
Wawrinka, Murray.
yeah.
And then you had Cilic in 2014. So
very few Grand Slam champions.
I think there's been like 6 Grand Slams won
past decade
from 2005 that haven't included Novak, Rafa's, or Djokovic's name. So because Wawrinka's won 3.
Yes.
Cilic has won 1.
Del Potro
won, so 5.
Murray won 1, 2, 3.
3 Grand Slams, so 7.
2 Wimbledon.
7 slams in total. Have not included the big 3's names on there.
That's unbelievable.
Talk
about dominance. Talk about absolute dominance from the big 3. It's something that we'll never see again. I'm convinced. 3 players in their prime, in the same era.
Never going to happen.
3 great players in their prime in the same era. It won't happen. Harry, let's move on to the top 10 year end for 2020.
Yes.
So start with 10, please, and go to your number 1.
Okay, in number 10, he had a fantastic year this year. I still think he will hold his spot in the top 10, but he's going to go -2 because I've got 2 other players that are going to have phenomenal years, I think. I'm going to have Matteo Berrettini of Italy, missing out on London, but still holding his spot in the top 10.
For me, I've got number 10. I've got a player who had a disappointing 2019, but I think he will bounce back in 2020. Karim Khachanov.
From Russia,
I think he's going to step up. He's going to win another Master Series, and I think he's going to finish in the top 10 at number 10.
Beautiful. And number 9, who have you gone, Chris? We'll start off with your number 9 selection.
For 9, I've got Dimina from Australia.
Alex Dimina.
Yeah, I think he's going to crack the top 10.
That'd be massive if he does.
Australia
hasn't had a top 10 for quite some time, so Kyrgios never reached it. He got to, I think, 12 or 13 after he won at 250. He beat Cilic in a final.
So was Hewitt the last guy in the top 10?
Nah, was it Hewitt? That's trivia for us.
It has to be. I mean, who else was there?
Len
Kyrgios hasn't. Kokkinakis hasn't.
Yeah.
I think it was.
Leighton Hewitt, jeez. Boy, oh boy.
Guys, if you know, please comment below.
It might be. It might be Leighton Hewitt.
I think it is, which is a long time ago.
When you're hosting a Grand Slam, you need someone in the top 10. Obviously, Australia's got Ash Barty in the women's as number 1.
Yes.
What a year she had winning the French as well.
Yes.
But on the men's side, I think you might be right.
I think it is.
That's actually stumped me. So
it has, but I don't see anyone else cracking the top 10.
Yeah.
So Dimina, I think he's going to a big season. I think he'll win a few big titles. I don't think he'll win a Masters, but I think he'll go deep in a few tournaments.
Semis, pocket 250s, maybe the odd 500.
100%.
Fair enough. And in number 9, I've got somebody who had a poor 2019 start of it and middle of 2019, and I thought, he's just died completely. He's not going to get anywhere near his full potential, like a Richard Gasquet or something like that. You know what I mean? But I like who he changed coaches, gave his coach the flick, and he's employed Mr. Mikhail Yuzny, someone who's consistently in the top 10, and that is a man from Canada by the name of Denis Shapovalov.
Yes.
I've got him just missing out on London, but I think he's now at about 18 in the world. He had a massive Paris, where he made the Roland Garros, Paris ATP 1000 Masters. He made the final, loss to Novak, so that's 600 ranking points. And that was in his second week of working with Mikhail Yuzny. So I think Mikhail Yuzny is going to continue to work wonders with Denis, and we will see a brand new, rejuvenated Denis come back in 2020.
Don't want to correct you or anything, but I saw them working together in August. So I don't think it was the second week they were working together.
August?
I saw him at the US Open.
Okay, maybe. Who knows?
I don't want to correct you.
Maybe it was officially announced. Yeah,
possibly.
Because I heard the commentators on ESPN say this is 2 weeks that they've been maybe officially working.
Maybe.
Yeah, so
official, unofficial. It's all the same, isn't it?
Yeah. There's always a few secrets on tour.
100%. You sweep under the rug.
Yes, correct.
So you see him making the jump to number 9.
I think he is. Mikhail Yuzny, I respected him a lot as a player. Never won a slam. Made plenty of semis, and I think he was a really, real hard worker. Extreme discipline. Tough as a nut Russian that just got the best out of himself. And just like himself in his professional career, I reckon he's going to push Denis to now get to 2020 inside the top 10.
Yeah, sorry to cut you off. He was part of the era with Bagdatis and Berdych,
Correct.
Davydenko,
yes.
Ferrer, that era.
Yes, correct. Yes, 100%.
So he was a great player back then. Tell me your number 8.
Number 8, I've gone another Canadian. I'm feeling a bit of love for the Canadian. He's one that I really, really like. I like his attitude. I like the way he plays. No, it's not Milos Raonic. You're not thinking about. He works hard. He's got a funny side to him as well, and a side that you see on his social media and whatnot, where it puts a smile onto your face. I think he's refreshing for tennis. He's cut from a different cloth in a way. He's not sort of robotic or any way, shape or form. I'm going with Felix Auger-Aliassime.
That is the big jump, Harry.
20-year-old from Canada. So him and Dennis are very close friends, as you're well aware. I've got Felix just making London by the skin of his nose.
Wow, that's a big
number 8. Who have you got in number 8?
We're going to see him in Brisbane, aren't we?
We
are.
are.
See both of them.
Both, yes. Canada is playing in Brisbane for the ATP Cup.
Against Greece.
Germany and Australia.
Correct.
Yep.
They are Berrettini.
So you reckon he's just going to hold his spot?
I think he's going to hold his spot. I think it was a big jump this year.
Massive jump.
Massive jump. And he won the most improved player. So congratulations to him.
Yes.
I think he's going to stay number 8. He's going to win a few tournaments, go deep. I think he's going to go deep again in another major. I'm not sure if it's US Open. I think he's going to go deep. He's got that.
It might be Wimbledon. It could be the French. Yeah. He's good on most surfaces.
Harry's got the firepower, doesn't he? He's got that massive forehand.
Yeah.
You don't want to play against him.
He's got a big serve as well, which is hard to read sometimes.
He's a big boy.
He's a big, solid boy.
He's a solid boy.
And he's agile. Like normally when you're tall, you look at John Isner, Kevin Anderson, who else? Milos Raonic, those types of players.
He's very agile.
They don't really sort of move well from side to side. And the aim is, if you read their serve, you just go straight at their feet, and they're not returning that at all. You know what I mean? So, but for a big lad, Matteo Berrettini, he's very agile and he moves really well on the court. He covers the court really well.
And he doesn't get too down on himself too, which I like.
Yeah,
so if things are
strong mental game. Strong mental game.
Things are not going well, Harry. He's not going to throw his racket, scream at his coaching box. And that's something I respect very highly.
Yes.
So I see him staying at 8 and making the World Tour Finals in London.
Yes.
For number 7, shall I give you my 7?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a bit of a drop.
Yes.
I think Federer is going to finish the year off at number 7.
Okay.
And have a slight slide. I don't see him making the final of a Grand Slam. I don't see him making winning a Masters. He won Miami in 19. I see him, going deep in, 500
he's going to be playing a limited amount of tournaments.
Yes, he won't be playing many tournaments.
He'll play, I reckon, 12? It's called 9. Call it.
He'll play the Grand Slams.
4 slams.
4 slams.
He should qualify for London, so let's call that 5 because he always plays there.
He'll play Harley. He'll play
Dubai. Dubai always plays there.
Cincinnati.
So he's not going to play at 250. He played Basel as well.
Play Basel.
Let's call it 15 to 17 tournaments for the year.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Probably around that. But I don't see him making a final of a Grand Slam or winning a Masters. Who do you have for number 7?
I've got Alexander Zverev staying neutral.
Okay.
I don't think he's going to decline in his game because he had a bad 2019.
Yes.
But I can't see him really improving. Like we said a couple episodes ago, Chris, I think he's hit his plateau, as you like to call it. So I just think this is the bar now for Alexander Zverev.
So there's no more upside for him?
I don't think so, unless something changes drastically that I've missed over the course of this pre-season. Look, he stayed pretty low-key. I haven't really seen much of him on his socials, but
I've seen him with his supermodel girlfriend.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like his supermodel girlfriend went to play some exhibition tennis with Roger in South America. Yes. Did he really work that hard, or was he just enjoying the high life of being in the top 10 and having a thick wallet and a big bank balance?
That's the thing. You need to want to work hard.
Correct.
Because he's super talented.
100%.
He hits the ball amazingly.
Yes.
But is he willing to go the extra mile?
Well, I don't think he has worked hard this pre-season, and I think it's just going to be his natural talent that keeps him there. But if he was prepared to work harder, who's to say he could be in the top 5, let alone the top 10?
Do you see him winning a Masters in 2020?
Not at all. No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Number 6.
Number 6?
Who have you got?
I've got the guy we were just talking about.
Okay, so you know what's funny? I had Federer in 6, and you had
so we just had
so 6 and 7, we've agreed on both. So, Zverev or Federer in no particular order.
We pretty much talked about it already. I don't see him winning a Slam. I don't see him win a Masters. I think he will win probably a 500, say Rotterdam or something like that.
Yeah, 100%.
But
as well.
I don't see him going deep in any of the Masters or Grand Slams. But he's going to win his matches. He's going to win the matches he's supposed to win.
Yes.
He's going to finish off the
you can't see him dethroning a Novak or a...
No. But he's still going to have a great season in terms of,
yes.
finishing the year in the top 10 is a great season.
100%.
But I don't see him, like you greatly said, Harry, making much of a,
jump.
Of a jump, or winning a slam, going deep in the slam. He still hasn't really gone deep, has he?
Correct.
He hasn't made a semis.
That's
His
all
best
fitness.
result was a quarterfinal. Yeah.
That comes to fitness levels. When you're playing best of 5,
And that's where you work hard.
To experience 35 degrees Celsius, humidity levels sky high like they were in New York when we went. That was a heat wave, absolutely ridiculous. And you got to be prepared to face 5 sets of just brutal tennis, and then back it up 48 hours later. And unfortunately, he's not there just yet, Chris.
And that's where pre-season training gets you over the line.
Correct, 100%. And number 5 now, Chris.
So your 6 is Federer.
Yeah.
So you're 5.
And
we've got the same one.
Dominic Thiem.
Let's talk about him.
Dominic Thiem. So you've got him winning a French. So you think he's going to have a strong clay court season?
Yes.
But he's going to be hindered, obviously, on the grass, which you're all well aware.
Yes, but you know what, Harry? At the end of 19, he won the China Open.
Yes, he did.
He made the final of London.
London, which is hard.
He's playing better on the hard courts.
He is. And obviously, Dominic's very unfamiliar with the grass, so don't expect him to do anything new in 2020 on Wimbledon and Hull or wherever, which, Stuttgart, for example, those other Queens, all those tournaments there, the small grass 3-week window. But yes, I think he's definitely going to improve and have better results on hard court all throughout the course of the year. Where I think he's going to really jump out of the blocks, Chris, is after the Australian Open, there's a bit of a mini clay swing. They go to Rio de Janeiro, which is a 500.
The golden swing, as I love to call it.
Yes. There's the Argentinian Open. I think they even go to Ecuador. That's all on clay. I reckon he's going to be picking up points for fun there because he's not really going to have some strong competition. Then he's going to have to play probably, Delray Open. That's when it swings to the American hard, the 250s prior to the Indian Wells and Miami. And that's where we're really going to see how much he's come about on clay for those first 2 Masters.
Here's the thing, Harry.
Yes.
He's the defending champion at Indian Wells. What about that?
He did win the Indian Wells, the 1000, the Masters.
Yeah, so he's a hardcore player now.
He is, but last year he failed in Australia. He got knocked out in the second round. Was it to Popperin or Bolts? He lost to an Aussie.
Yeah, he lost. I remember that. Yeah, but I think he's a bit injured.
He
was a bit injured.
Yeah.
But for me, Harry, he works hard. He's a hard worker. Every time I see him on the Instagram, and when we see him at the US Open, or when me and Harry go Oz Open, he's just sweating like
buckets. Buckets.
And he works hard. And he unlike Zverev, he wants to work hard. He wants to get better, and he wants to fulfill his potential.
Correct. I agree with that. And look, who's to say that? I definitely believe, apart from Rafael Nadal, he's going to pocket the most amount of clay court points, Chris, for season 2020. Who knows? He might be able to even win the French, but I can see him winning Monte Carlo, maybe a Rome or a Madrid as well, which he has done before in the past. Yeah. So and then who knows? Anything can happen in the French.
These are just early predictions.
Yes.
Anything can happen, but this is now.
We're going to take a week by week into 2020. So that's Dominic Thiem.
Harry,
and we'll go to number 4.
Number 4?
Yes.
My number 4 for 2020, year-end,
yes.
Ranking, Daniil Medvedev.
Yes.
Okay. So I've seen him winning the US, I've seen him winning a Grand Slam, I've seen him winning 1 or 2 Masters.
Yes.
And I've seen him dropping a few points though.
Yes.
So he's got a lot of points to defend.
Yes,
correct. I can see him dropping a few points.
And I think clay's a bit of a foreign or of Achilles heel surface for Daniil. I think he can go deep on the grass tournaments and the hard tournaments. In particular, later on in the year, you are right. He has a lot of points to defend, in particularly Cincinnati, Cincinnati, this year Toronto, and of course Flushing Meadows, the US Open. And he's also got Shanghai
Masters.
There you go. So he pocketed. Geez, Daniil had a great season. He pocketed a couple of Masters last year. So, I agree.
I see him at number 4.
At number 4. Well, in number 4...
For you, who do you have?
I've got Stefanos Tsitsipas in number 4. So that's where I've got Steph. I think he is going to fail to win a Grand Slam. I hope I'm wrong. But deep down, Chris, I genuinely believe there's going to be a lot more consistency in his game this year. Now, if people are thinking, well, how much more can he be consistent? You've got to remember, unfortunately, Stefanos went through a 5-week period. Sorry, it wasn't 5 weeks, but
from
Wimbledon. 5 weeks for Wimbledon till about, I think it was the Shenzhen, the ATP 250, when he lost to Manarino. He retired that day, heard he couldn't breathe,
and then things picked up again.
And then, and rapidly picked up again. So I think that 5-6 week period where he literally won no points on tour whatsoever, I think that's going to be
Washington.
Where he made the semi-finals, lost to Kyrgios. Yeah, I genuinely believe that's where he's going to be pocketing a lot more points, and I think his Grand Slam results are going to be better and better. I think you're going to start seeing his name. He might even make a final of a Grand Slam this year. Who knows? I'm not doubting that, Steph. Yeah,
I got him winning.
You got him winning the Oz.
Yeah.
I can see him making the Oz Open final.
Yeah.
I can see him making a US Open final, or a French. But I can't see him doing well on the grass. It's a bit of a foreign surface for him.
Yeah, for the US Open, he's never had great results there.
In New York.
Yeah,
I know.
08, second round.
18, second round.
18.
Lost to Daniil Medvedev though.
Yeah.
Was he last year? Lost to Rublev. He's copped sticky draws. Yeah, I know. He's copped sticky draws there though.
I don't know. It's just not.
Is it not home for him? Does he not feel welcome there?
Melbourne, I don't know. Compared to Melbourne, where he's just had,
the support.
Does that make such a difference?
Family.
Is he comfortable there?
He's got a lot of family here as well.
He does.
So
He does.
Who knows? Time will tell. But look, Chris, irrespective of that, you're not going to have the dips that Steph did of 2019. No. I think rather than seeing first round Wimbledon, first round US, fourth round French, where he lost 8-6 in that wonderful game to Wawrinka, and then a semi-final, I think you're going to start seeing quarters, semis, quarters, maybe the odd fourth round. Yeah. He's not going to get knocked out in any first round.
He won't lose to Fabiano again. Let's just put it that way.
That's for sure. I'll put my bottom dollar on that. So he's in 4, and I can see him winning Masters, and I can see him winning lots of 500s, the 9 that are available for grabs.
We both agree on that.
Yes.
Tell me your number 3 player.
My number 3, I've got Daniil Medvedev, who I think is going to be winning the 2020 US Open.
Yes, we both agree on that.
So you've got Daniil in 3 as well?
No, I've got him on 4.
Okay, yes. Number 3, Chris, who's your number 3?
Rafael Nadal.
Okay.
So he finished 19.
Number 1.
I think he's going to have a bit of a dip.
So you don't have him winning 1 Grand Slam this year?
Not 1. No.
Not 1?
Not 1. But look, he's going to win a Masters.
Yes.
Play.
Yeah, of course.
Maybe even 2. I think he's going to get Monte Carlo back.
Yes.
Fognini, all credit to him, won it in 19.
Yes.
I just see him. I don't know. I just don't see him winning the French Open, but I see him dropping points, and he also won the US Open.
Yes, he did.
In 19, didn't he?
He did.
So
he's got points to defend.
I don't see him winning the US Open, and I see him finishing the year end at number 3.
Interesting observation you make. Okay, let's see with time will tell. Rafa to finish in 3 you've got.
Yes.
So 3 I had Daniil Medvedev. Let's go with your number 2.
My number 2 is someone we just spoke about, Stefanos Tsitsipas.
Big
so
call.
like you said.
Is that on emotion, that decision?
Maybe a little bit.
Yes.
Like you said, that 5-week gap. First round Wimbledon, he's going to gain points from Wimbledon.
Yes.
He's going to gain points from Montreal.
Yes.
Which is Toronto. He's going to gain points from Cincinnati.
Yes, correct.
He's going to gain points from the US Open. I see him making the jump.
Yes.
To number 1 might be a bit hard, but I could see him finishing the year at number 2.
So he
he's got a lot of points to defend, Harry.
He's got 5,300 points in total.
Yes.
That's where he currently stands because it's 4,000 before he won 1,300 in London.
Yeah.
So to finish world number 2, Rafa's got about Novak's got about 9,500, which is a lot of points to defend.
Yes.
Rafa's got about 9 or 10,000 ranking points
a lot of
in
points.
total.
But you have to back him up.
So he has to back up his performances,
yeah,
plus win another 4,000 ranking points.
Don't forget Rafa made the final of the Australian Open in 19.
As well.
So that's a whole
1,200.
final. Yeah, it's a lot of
1,200
points.
ranking points.
A lot of points to defend it. I see Steph finishing the year up well number 2. What about you?
My number 2, I've got Rafael Nadal, so I've got him winning the French. I think he's going to literally clean sweep all the Masters on clay. Okay. Maybe Dominic Thiem pinches a Monte Carlo. I definitely believe it's going to be another Rafa Thiem final at the French Open, subject to the draw.
Yes, that's what.
Of the seeding that they fall on. I definitely can see him making another Oz Open final. I can't see him winning it. It's just been, I don't know, it hasn't been a happy hunting ground, Melbourne Park, for Rafa. It's like London in a way.
He's been in the final a few times, hasn't he?
Yeah.
The final in
and he only won it in 2009. 12 he choked badly. He was 4-2 up to Novak and lost 7-5 in that last set.
That was an epic final, that one.
5 hours, 53 minutes, and they had to get the chairs for the presentation.
That's right.
So that went the distance. That was my favourite final ever that I've ever watched. And then number 1, pardon me, we both agree. Novak's all round.
You got Novak winning Wimbledon. I've got Novak winning Wimbledon. You've got him winning the Oz too.
I've got him Oz and Wimbledon, so that's 4,000 points there. Then there's the Masters on hard, the Shanghais, the Indian Wells, where he didn't really perform that well. The Miamis. What else is there?
Did he win the Masters in 19?
Yes, I'm pretty sure he did. I'm just trying to think. Yeah, he won Paris.
Correct.
He won Paris the 1,000. Yeah. Shanghai, Asia. What else was there? He didn't win Cincinnati.
He didn't win Cincinnati. He didn't win Montreal.
Yeah, it was poor in the Masters. Yeah. But he still ended up winning 2 Grand Slams in the Oz and Wimbledon. So, I think Novak's going to get... Well, he lost to Kohlschreiber in the Indian Wells. Can you believe it? In the 3rd round. So,
he's a tough player, though. He's been in a few top players now.
I know he has.
That's someone you expect to win. I understand
exactly right. 100%. But that's our predictions. All done and dusted. That's our top 10. Chris...
Harry?
we're going to wrap things up here.
Yes.
It's Friday, next Thursday. Well, it's technically Saturday now.
Yeah.
Next Thursday, I'll be seeing you at Melbourne Airport at about 4:30 in the afternoon. We've got a 6 o'clock flight to make.
Yep.
We'll be heading up to Brisbane. We'll be taking you through a lot of insight as to what happens in the ATP Cup. We've got 2 groups here, Group A and Group F. So Group A consists of Serbia, featuring Novak Djokovic, France, featuring Gael Monfils, South Africa, featuring Kevin Anderson and Lloyd Harris, and Chile, with 2 really good players who are sort of in that mid-30, 40 rank positions.
Dangerous players.
And Nicolas Jaddy. And then in the other group, Group F, we've got the group of death, which we've labelled it, the one that I'm most looking forward to, which is Greece, featuring Stefanos Tsitsipas, Germany, featuring Zverev, Australia, featuring your boy who you've got in 9, Alex Divanar, Nick Kyrgios, the ever so controversial Nick Kyrgios. And of course, then you've also got Canada, who I've got the 2 players there in my top 10.
9 and 10 in the world.
Not 8 and 9. 8 and 9. In Felix Auger, Aliassime, and Denis Shapovalov. What a tournament that's going to be. That's going to be some really, really good tennis on display. There's not going to be any holding
You're hyping me up too much. I don't want to wait another week.
Well, it doesn't help when you've had a nice coffee beforehand. So, and some caffeine in that. But I can't wait, Chris. It's going to be... 6 or 7 days of some really good tennis. They're not going to hold back because this is over a fortnight before the actual Melbourne Park, the Oz Open.
It's no exhibition.
No.
They're going to go out there and win.
And there's lots of prize money up for grabs. There's lots of points as well. So we're going to see the reaction of the tennis world to this tournament, the ATP Cup, and we're going to be there, probably in Team Greece's camp, which we're going to bring hopefully some exclusive content.
Yes.
Don't say too much.
I'm not saying too much.
Yes.
But if you have any questions for any of the players, please hashtag D.U.S down under sports, and we'll try and get them answered for you. Harry, anything else you want to add before we go?
Not at all. Apart from I can't wait, and I'm glad January's literally around the corner.
It is
season in Australia.
It's our season, Harry. Yes. Where can people find you?
Where can people find me? 230 Waterdale Road, Ivanhoe. Don't come see me there. I'm on holidays, and then I'm going to Brisbane. As of the 12th of Jan, I'm back. So, Collins Real Estate. I'm a real estate agent. And Chris, Instagram, Harry Manaras, all lowercase, and on Facebook, Harry Manaras as well. Chris, yourself?
Guys, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, because we've got some amazing content coming in January. Yes. I can guarantee you that. You can find me on Instagram, Christopher Spreezy, and we'll see you all in Brisbane
very soon. Over and out. D.U.S Sports.
Awesome.
Done. That was good. That wasn't as long, this one, huh?